Hey everybody, it's the Animal. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be going live with an amazing guest you don't want to miss, especially September 22nd. I'll be joining the red carpet at a big movie premiere. I'll be interviewing directors, actors, actresses, you name it. So you'll be with me behind the scenes at this big movie premiere that you don't want to miss. September 22nd. But also, again, join me tonight on the Animal Expedition Files. This thing on? I don't know. I'm going to go with it. Hey, what's up? It's me, Animal. Only on Animal Expedition Files. See you there. Hey everybody, welcome to the Animal Expedition Files show. It's great to be here on a Wednesday night. I almost forgot what it was. I almost said Saturday. But no, it's not Saturday. I kind of wish it was Saturday, but it's not. It's Wednesday. It's still a work week, but I'm really happy to be here because I got an amazing guest in the background, and I can't wait to talk and have a little fun about the paranormal and things that she does. And so it's going to be a great show tonight. I'm really excited to, well, I'm not excited because there's so much crazy stuff going on in this world today. I know there's a lot of news going on. There was actually a couple of things that happened in America today. I never condole, I hate violence, I just want to say that. And it was like one after another tragedy. So, one in Utah and one in Colorado. So, yeah, it's getting nuts in our world today. I don't know about you, but not just that. There's a lot of UFO news too going on, and I don't know if you knew this, but I don't know. Do you know what a Hellfire missile is? They just shot one at a UFO recently. It made world news. Check this out. If I could get it to work.
Released video tonight. Take a look at this. This is a U.S. Reaper drone shooting a Hellfire missile at this glowing object. But then the object appears to speed away undamaged. Where this happened and what we now know about this, Gio Benitez with the testimony on Capitol Hill tonight.
Tonight, new never-before-seen video off the coast of Yemen showing a U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone tracking a glowing orb as it flies over the water. Now watch closely as a different U.S. drone drops a Hellfire missile on that fast-moving orb. The missile appearing to bounce off the object, doing very little damage. The orb then zipping away unfazed. The video from October 2024 shown during a congressional hearing today on unexplained anomalous phenomena. That's the official name for UFOs.
Do you solemnly swear?
Several service members giving their own eyewitness accounts and reacting to that new video.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes.
Yes.
And David, there are big questions tonight. Why was the missile fired? Did that object pose any risk? Or is there any other explanation out there?
I don't know about you, but like, why are we starting to shoot missiles at something that we don't know what it is? Because you never know what might happen. I don't know if you guys know what a Hellfire missile is. A Hellfire missile is an air-to-surface missile originally developed by the U.S. military. Here's what they are. Designed primarily for precision strikes. I can't speak. Against tanks, armors, vehicles, bunkers, and high-value targets. used to minimize collateral damage while delivering high accuracy, meaning that thing could do a lot of damage. So, why are they shooting something that's we don't know what it is? I mean, it literally deflected off the thing. If you saw the video, it's pretty intense. But I wouldn't shoot at something that's not shooting at us. I mean, I wouldn't at least. But I don't know. We'll have to talk to our guest about it. But we're gonna let Ashley on our show here. We're gonna have a lot of fun here, and let's get her on. What's up?
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I don't know if you saw that video. What's before we go into getting to know you and what you do, what do you think about a missile shooting at a UFO aircraft? Like, because to me, like this missile, like probably like is worth like millions of dollars,
Right.
and they just wasted $1 million on something that just got deflected. What do you think that thing that got shot at would be pissed off and like shoot back?
Right. And if you don't know what it is, why piss it off? All right. Like, and I don't follow the news. I believe my husband will tell me what I need to know. I live in my own little bubble, and I hadn't heard about that, but it's very Independence Day, just start firing shit at people.
Yeah. I don't know. I think like we think it feels like almost like childish, like, oh, let's push a button and shoot it. Kind of like a video game and see what happens.
Yeah. There's zero consequences here. We can just shoot whatever we want. It's good.
Yeah, I don't know. There's still that mothership that's like heading this way, supposedly this year, so there's that still too. But they're saying it's not supposed to come our way. It's supposed to like wrap around the sun, which is the sun is like thousands of miles away, supposedly from us. So that's what science says. But it's just,
where have I been? I live under a rock.
I don't know. We got so much going on in like our world.
Yes.
It's just what things going on today in the news. And like, it was funny, like right before I came on the show and before I met you on the show, I turned on the news and all of a sudden that happened. The shooting happened. Then another shooting happened. And then I'm like,
there was another one today
in Colorado.
I haven't heard about that one.
Yeah. I posted on my feed. It's, let me see here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Another one just happened in Colorado right after the Utah one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like, what's weird about this? Do you ever notice a pattern here where every time there's a shooting happens, another one happens right after?
Yes.
Like,
yep.
I'm not going all conspiracy theory or anything like that, but like, do you think this is planned?
I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
So now my conspiracy is like me. I'm just, like I said, I live under a rock. My husband's the conspiracy theorist of the couple. Like, I'll be like, let me get him up in here and he'll talk back and forth with conspiracies. But I do not believe in coincidences like that. I just don't.
Yeah. Evergreen High School in Colorado leaves 2 students hurt, suspect also injured. So
is that school?
Yeah, it was at a high school this time.
Oh no.
Yeah, so suspect, a juvenile male, is also in the hospital with injuries. That's supposedly the shooter. But yeah, this happened right after the Utah incident. Like that happened, and then all of a sudden this happened.
No, gosh. I was just talking to my daughter the other day about active shooter, and it just really hits home. Like, why do we even have to talk to our kids about that? But it's like, do you know what to do?
Yeah, and it's crazy because like I have 3 girls and I'm so protective over them, and I'm a hunter. Like I go hog hunting to like put food on the table and stuff. Right. And like I always tell my girls, like gun safety is so important because you gotta know the safety part of a gun and what not to do and what to do, especially when you're young, and what not to touch. Because I had a friend who his daughter like had an accident and he lost his daughter's life because they played with a gun that shouldn't have been out. And that was years ago, but like it's just really sad and breaks my heart with all the crazy things that happens, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even imagine. We just had a loss in our orbit, my daughter's best friend, and it is just it is it's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's losing somebody. I think I I know my show's not about losing people and all that stuff, but it just it just happened to happen today, and end up talking about it. But you know, and but my condolences to the family, who the wife and kids and stuff like that. It just, and plus the kids that got hurt and their families. I just pray for everybody, because it's never a good time, and I know we're living in those times right now where it's sad. It's, you don't even want to go out and do anything, because all you want to do is just live on, like you said, live under a rock and just not go anywhere because of all the violence that's happening in our world.
Yeah, I stopped watching the news actually in my 20s. I used to work for the government, and at the time I was working with newly released offenders, and they were just out of like SEDC and detention centers. And I would every day I'd get home from work, and if I would lose one of my offenders, I would just watch the news, and sometimes I would find them on the news, and it's like it was just so depressing. And like, I'm not ignorant. I know things go on in the world, but my life is happier in my orbit at home when I'm not filling myself with just bad thing after bad thing, because the news just overloads with
Yeah.
horrible events. Just, I mean, and it can be something as little as, you know, I mean, I can't even think of something, but nothing as bad as like what happened today.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't need it. I don't need that. I know what I need to know.
Yeah. I
I'd
totally
rather
agree.
talk about ghosts.
Yeah, let's talk about ghosts now.
I didn't say that to rush you. I'm just like, that's usually where my head is. I'm like, you want to talk about ghosts?
But anyways, Ashley, let's talk a little bit about you first before we talk about how did you get into this crazy journey of the paranormal? Because I know with me, like, it started as a child, and I know everybody, like, pretty much as a child see ghosts. I know my little one, she sees stuff, and I'm like, sometimes I don't even see it. But
Right.
like, how did this journey start out with you?
Well, it started, I was about 13. Now, I've been told that it probably started sooner than that, and I just don't remember. Maybe just blocked it out. But when I was 13, I started having experiences. My first one was with a dog that was not mine, that had passed away. And I was babysitting, and I went to their house and heard the dog and was really excited about the dog. And there was no dog. And then I found out later the dog had died previously, like 6 months before, and the people were hearing it. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And then my grandfather passed, and I had an experience with him. And then things just kind of went from there. And as I got older, we're kind of taught as adults, you don't talk about that. That's taboo. You don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I would be having these experiences, and people would look at me like I was insane. And so I just stopped talking about it. And then, what happens in middle age is you don't care anymore. And I bought a haunted house unknowingly, did not know, and I was living in it every single day, and I was feeling so crazy. I was like, "I gotta talk about this." And so that's where ghost gossip came from, and been doing it since 2022, 2023, and absolutely love talking about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, especially talking about the paranormal and stuff, because I know, like, when I grew up in church, it was very hard to talk about paranormal stuff. And the funny thing is, like, when I would be at church, I would see like these things on top of people's like on top of their heads and stuff, like a spirit or whatever
Mhm.
it was at the time. And I always wanted to tell people, I'm like, there's something there with you. And I don't know if it was like a loved one or if it was something attached, but it just, like, when you grew up in that kind of life where you're just in church and stuff like that, you always worry about people judging you,
Oh, yeah.
especially
Oh, yeah.
paranormal, because they're like, oh, that's all the devil. Because everything of the paranormal is like, it's the devil, it's this, it's demonic, And I always tell people, not everything paranormal is demonic. And
Mhm.
have you ever, like, experienced like stuff like that growing up, where you were so afraid to talk about it, and now like it's now that you're older, it's so much easier to talk about it because you just like that's just part of my life now.
Oh, yeah, especially because I was born and raised Catholic. And so, being, going to church and learning about demons, learning about saints and all that other stuff. And then, if you talk about it, oh, that's the devil. That's the devil. You don't worship the devil. And it's like, well, even now, like, people be like, oh, you're a devil worshiper. How do you know what you're talking to? And I'm just like, I just have faith. I just have a little bit of faith that I can, being sensitive, I can usually tell if it's negative or positive. And, there's stuff that I do, but I just trust my own intuition. And I have come across dark things, and not everything is demonic,
No.
you know?
What's the most craziest thing that you have faced in your paranormal journey?
My haunted house. It was wild. He was a cranky old man who died in his house, and he hated women, and he hated kids, and he hated pets. And here I come, loud mouth and really sassy, and don't back down. And with 3 kids and 4 animals right up in this house, start tearing down walls. And oh, I have an opinion. Oh yeah, I turned his afterlife into a living hell.
He's probably like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do in this place.
Yeah, he's like, "Get out." And I mean, like, just years of dealing with that. It was a why I felt like I was going crazy. I felt like I was going crazy.
Yeah, it all depends. Like, it's so hard to determine like what is what when you're experiencing all these spiritual things because you don't know if that person was like a happy person. Like, even if they were grumpy, like I'm starting to wonder, like, even if they were like a nice person back then, they ended up grumpy after death
Right.
because they just because of what happened to them and they want to solve that issue. I think that's why they were so grumpy because they haven't like be able to solve that issue, whatever they went through.
Right. Well, this one was he wasn't nice in life. And so he was definitely not nice in death. And I tell my kids, especially because, they're curious, especially I do this every day and they have questions. And I'm like, usually if somebody's not that nice of a person in life and they do stick around and they're not very nice in death, like it's just, that doesn't mean they're demonic. It just means that they're usually a little cranky.
Yeah. Oh no, I totally agree. I've seen a couple of cranky ghosts in my day.
Yeah.
I have them in my house too when they're not. They can sometimes they're cranky and they're good. It depends on the mood. They'll like throw something, or they'll
Yeah.
mess with me. Like they'll move my keys or something like that, or
Mhm.
a trick. It's funny because every time I do like an activity, like a paranormal something thing event, and then I get something that follows me home, they
Oh,
end up only like staying for a day or two, whatever that entity was, because they don't like whatever's here.
they're like, "This is too much.
They're
We're
like,
gonna go back to our haunted hotel, thanks."
yeah, I'm like, no, it is funny because I've had I had so many things follow me no matter where I've been, and it will last for a day or two, and then it stops.
Yeah, me too. You're a beacon.
Yeah, but it's a cool feeling though to be able to help the paranormal in that type of way because there's so many people out there that go through so much stuff in life that it's because of whatever is in their house
Mhm.
disrupting their life, and you get to help them pass that on. And then all of a sudden they call you later, like, oh my gosh, I feel like
Yeah.
a cloud had just been like left me, a dark cloud. And it's really a cool feeling to be able to see that.
So do you help people do that? Because I know I haven't yet.
I try. I get some calls, which is weird. I get some weird calls where they say they see weird things and all this, and it sounds like very like poltergeisty.
Mhm.
You see these things, and I go there and I don't feel a thing. Because usually when I go into places, I'll feel something
Yeah, me too.
or sense it. And when I go there, I'll spend a lot of time there, talk, I'll do voice, whatever. I don't bring a lot of like all the crazy stuff with me, like, because I feel like a lot of that stuff is kind of destructive, especially when you're trying to like work with the paranormal. You don't want to miss a thing. So like I feel like the less the better, because you be able to speak with that spirit and spend time with it and not like go like, oh, I gotta do this, blah blah blah. And, you kind of get distracted by other things and you don't know if other things are setting that things off.
Yeah.
I could go on a whole different realm on that, but but it's just pretty interesting where like some people, you go to these places and like there's nothing there. Like,
Well,
have you
sometimes it takes some time for them to warm up to you. They're like, I don't know you. Like, that's me. I'm introverted. I'm not going to talk to somebody I don't know. I'm just going to stare at them. Like, and then I don't have my glasses either, so I'm squinting too. So I got like this resting bitch face. Like, I got to warm up to somebody.
maybe it's because I'm just a big guy and they're just like, nope.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, like when's he leaving? I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty. I've been to some like pretty interesting cases, especially where like life and death like kind of cases because of EMF, high EMF, where they were living in their backyard was like a transformer, the main grid.
Yeah, no.
It was pretty crazy, and they were literally, the husband and wife were like, well, make a long story short, the wife was seeing like all these crazy things and she was vomiting a lot. She lost so much weight. The husband and wife were fighting. She was seeing like apparitions at her bed grabbing her, and then they called us in, and like soon as you walk in the house, the freaking hair on your arms are like literally like electricity's grabbing you. And I'm like, so I pulled the EMF detector out. All over the place is high EMF. I'm like, this is like cancerous. I was like, in my head, I'm like thinking this is like frying their brain. So I'm like, can I go in your backyard? And as soon as I go in the backyard, it gets worse. And then I hear bzzz, like that electrical charge.
Yeah.
And right in their backyard, literally like I would say 4 feet, 5 feet away was the main grid that took care of the whole community.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
And the crazy part about that, there's a graveyard right there, right next to it. So mixing that with a graveyard is like a paranormal catastrophe.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know why my house is haunted. Me neither. That's horrible. I can't even. When I was living it, I was sick and I was dealing with stuff, and there was actually a transformer about a mile away. And then we had an easement that ran through our backyard that had flowing water in it. And it was just, and that was too close for me. So when we moved, I was like, I don't want to be anywhere near one of those big power poles. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near it. I'd rather just find a house away from it. Even my realtor would call me and be like, that one's too close. That one's too close. So,
yeah.
Oh, those poor people.
Yeah, it was a bad situation. I think they moved. What I found out, I think they moved like, because we told them, I'm like, you need to move away from here. This is bad for your health. You would live so much better and have a better life if you live away from here.
Yeah. Well, it makes a difference when my ghost, I never felt welcome in my own house.
Yeah.
And none of us did. We always felt like we were being watched. We never felt like the house was ours. And we always called it his name. That was his house.
Yeah.
And when we moved into our new house, this is home. Like, this is our house. We feel like it's home. And we have spirits that pass through. I have people that are attached to me, and the house ghost that, is attached to this house, he passes through every once in a while, but it never feels heavy. It never feels we never feel unwanted. It is a very comforting. It is a huge difference to come home and feel like you're actually at home instead of at some stranger's house that you don't know, and you're sitting on their couch, like all like uncomfortable, and they're just waiting for you to leave.
Yeah. Do you ever feel the reason why they're attached to like certain people is just because they just feel drawn and they're lonely and they just want to be with that person?
Well, I think with attachments, like when it's objects or houses or locations, it's usually something like, I know with ours, he didn't have family really. He only had that house, and he kind of poured his life into the house, and it was truly the most important thing to him. And he didn't have anything else. So when he died, like that was his. And he wasn't well liked within the community. Like I said, he just wasn't nice. But like when it's people like you and I, we we are lights, we are beacons, we are high vibration, and energies that are moving through are usually attracted to high vibration. And then if they know that you know that they're there, they're like, oh, they know I'm here.
Yep.
So it's, and and then also having that high vibration, sometimes those low vibrations are just like, hey, I'm here too. And it's like, no, 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 go.
Yeah. No,
I
it's,
was, oops, sorry.
oh no, you're good. No, it's pretty funny because like there's times like where I'll be like by myself and I'll end up like trying to talk to the ghost at my
Mhm.
and like I don't know if they're like listening to me or not because I don't have anything out or EMF detectors. I'm just like having a normal conversation, and I think it's kind of cool and therapeutic in a way because it's kind of like you're letting that, I don't want to say energy, but that like something to them to talk to.
Mhm. You're keeping them company
Yeah.
because some people, they didn't have anybody, and even if they weren't cranky and ornery or anything, some people didn't have anybody in death. So if they know you're there or they're there and you're talking to them, it's like, "Huh, I'm not alone." Okay. I talk to
Okay.
mine all the time.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
That's all. You ever have like spirits? You ever hear like voices or anything like that? Like that
Yes.
tell you stuff like that's something that's like it it's kind of like important where it like helps another person.
Yes. So, the big one that I had recently was for myself, which was crazy. My daughter had just had her wisdom teeth out, and I was at Publix. And I was leaving Publix. I went to go get her pain medicine. And I was leaving, and I heard a voice say, check the receipt. And I stopped dead in my tracks because it was just like somebody whispered it in my ear. And it was just my husband with me, but it was a woman's voice. And I was like, okay. So I stopped, I got the receipt out, and I knew that it was supposed to be like 90 cents because it was just a few pills for like 3 or 4 days. And it was $13. And we had purchased some other things with the medicine, so I didn't notice that they charged me wrong. So when I saw that, I took the medicine out of the bag, and they had given me some gentleman's heart medicine.
Oh wow.
And yes, and like my daughter's 13, and it was for like high blood pressure or something like that, but it was for some kind of regulation of the blood and the heart and stuff like that. And because I Googled it, because I was like, what did they give me?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've had stuff like that, or I freak my girls out all the time because I'll be like, my daughter the other day was looking at something in her room, and I went green, and I was in my bathroom. And
Yeah.
she's like, she came in, she's like, what? And I was like, whatever you're looking at in your room is green. And she's like, and it was a necklace that she was trying to untangle. And it was green.
Yeah.
And then I was on somebody's live on TikTok the other day, and they have a bunch of haunted dolls. Now I don't do dolls, but
Mhm. Nope.
I know
Nope.
I'm sitting on there, and all I can hear this. I hear fire, 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 like just a repetitive fire. And so I was like, I am going to sound like a lunatic up in here. Does any of your dolls, did they pass in a fire? And she's like, shut up. And I'm like, oh God, okay. And it was one of her dolls that he had lit the house on fire, and he perished in that fire.
Wow.
So, I haven't really helped anybody except, like, myself with that receipt, my daughter, but, it's very strange because every once in a while, I'm just like, it's like a ping. It's there, and I don't know why it's there, but there it is.
Wow. That's yeah, I have a doll story that
Ooh.
it's it creeped the crap out of me and literally because I had Taco Bell that day. And so it kind of made me hurt afterwards. But there's this place in New York we were investigating before we did this dive because we were doing a documentary. We were diving this lake because we're scuba divers, so we dive like haunted objects in the water and stuff like that. So before we were like prepping for the shoot and stuff like that, we got invited to check out this place, and it had a doll room, and I was like, nope. But for some reason, I went through it anyways.
Oh, no.
Freaked the crap out of me. So I went like did a quick tour around, And the weird part is I saw a Ouija board. Like it was in the box, right? And I'm like, why is there a Ouija board in a doll room? That's like the worst thing you can mix like anything
Why
together.
are you giving gasoline to them?
That's kind of demonic. To me, that's demonic. Anything dolls are demonic. Ever since I watched Chucky, I'm like, nope. My parents screwed my life up when I was a kid watching that movie. But I went around, so I toured around. For some reason, I went back to that same doll room by myself. Nobody was in this place. The other people were downstairs. As soon as I came back to that room, that Ouija board was out of its box on the floor with the planchetta it was like in the middle. Like
Come play with me.
And I was like, I don't know if that's the Taco Bell or if that's just say get the hell out of there. But, like I literally walked out so fast in my life and I'm like, nope.
Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
Admittedly, yes. I haven't ever since though, but no. After that, none. After that, no.
I did once. That's all it took. One. And I'm like, nope. And I was 12 or 13.
Yep.
It was before my experiences started. And I have one. I bought one from Five Below. And because it was purple and pink and my studio was purple. So it's like, I'm going to frame it. That is still sitting in the bag. Like I have it like all wrapped up. I will not bring it in here. I actually interviewed the manager and the owner of the Ouija board museum that is in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm actually meeting him next weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And he made a really good point. He's like, they are what you think they are.
Yeah.
And what you believe in is what it is. Like if you don't believe in it, then it's not going to be anything. But if you believe that you can communicate with your grandma, then you know. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this $6 Ouija board because it's purple and it's cute and I'm a girl and I love all the things purple, but I have not put it up in here yet. I'm like, nope. There's still that like, I still believe that it could be something that I don't want to deal with. So that's going to.
I know at Spirit Halloween, they sell a Beetlejuice one.
Really?
And I'm tempted to get it, but I'm like, I don't want to play with that juju. That's like bad juju bringing into your house.
Oh,
but
I didn't know they had one.
And I'm a big fan of Beetlejuice.
I am too. Oh no.
I might get it. I don't know.
Oh no, me too. We might have twinning Beetlejuice boards.
You never know. I might get it this weekend. Who knows now? But the last time I played with a Ouija board was I was young and dumb, and it was with my ex brother-in-law before he passed away. Rest his soul. We were playing with it, and after we were playing with it, well, he didn't come in the house yet. We were playing with it. It was me. Someone was playing around with it. We heard doors started like open and shutting and open and shutting. Like we started seeing shadows, and he comes in the house and he's like, "Oh yeah, I see that all the time happen in this house." I'm like, "Well, I think we made it worse with this Ouija board."
A warning, bro.
Oh man, yeah, it was. I don't know. It's funny because it's supposed to be a kid's game.
Oh yeah, 8 years and older. You can be 8 years old to summon a demon, but 21 to drink.
Yeah, 21 to drink, but to summon a demon, you got to be 8 years or older.
8 or older.
I don't know if you're right there and summon demons.
Well, I was about 12 or 13, and I was at a sleepover, and we played light as a feather, stiff as a board, and I swear to you, she levitated just a little bit.
I remember that game.
And then we played the Ouija board. We didn't do it right. We didn't follow the instructions. We all got freaked out once it started moving. And then we put it in the freezer of her, thankfully it wasn't my house, but the girls at the house that we were at, we put it in her mama's freezer, and we're all pushing the freezer shut. And like logic tells me now that it probably didn't fit in the freezer, and we had walked away, and then the freezer door shot open, and we're all like, ah!
Holy crap.
traumatized for life. My husband wants to play, and I'm like, no, but he's also, well, he's sensitive in his own way, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good. I'm I'm bracing myself because I was talking to John, who owns the Witchboard Museum, and he's like, people get sick in the museum. So I'm
Oh,
like preparing myself because of the energy in there that is a possibility for me when we go next week.
dang. Man, I would love to go there because, like, I'm originally from Rhode Island, and I've been
Oh,
um,
okay.
so many times.
Have you been to the Conjuring house?
Oh yeah, I've been there. And my experience with the Conjuring house, I had really nothing. I had more
Okay.
experience outside of the Conjuring house than I did inside, and I ended up buying a shirt anyways from the shirt store. It's like you're going to Walt Disney World to say you've been in Walt Disney World and you don't go again.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing you did because there might not be a Conjuring house anymore after Halloween.
Oh, did they say something about it?
Oh, you haven't heard? It is going up for auction. It's in bankruptcy and or like a tax lien or something, and it's going up for auction on Halloween,
Ooh.
and the parents will no longer own the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It would be. If I was closer, I might be like, and but uh I don't know. I want a haunted house. I want another one, but I don't wanna live in it. I wanna be able to research and offer investigations for it, but I don't wanna live in it. Mm-mm.
Well,
Never again.
speaking about haunted houses, I don't know if you know about the Warrens house, the one that what's his name, Matt Riff or Rife
Yeah, right.
bought it, and apparently, like, I heard of this other paranormal investigator talk about TikTok, and there's like this whole big thing. I guess it's like $2,000 to get it, and then when you do video, it's another hundred and something, and then you have to use our equipment. You can't use your equipment.
Mhm. They're
It's
nickel and diming it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really sad to me how they're treating that because like the paranormal is not for sale.
No,
I feel like, and I understand people want to bring, like, I understand like putting some money in like these places that need to be restored. Like that's understandable.
absolutely.
But like the way I see it, because like the way things have been so expensive lately, especially like buying groceries and stuff that's so damn expensive. Like
Mhm.
struggling to buy milk and eggs, and you're charging $2,000
Yeah.
for a paranormal thing and more. And then if you think about it, if you're coming from out of town, you got to get a hotel.
Mhm.
Another $300 to $400, and
Mhm.
and and this is not a sleepover. The Warrens. It's just to stay over there for a couple hours.
I think they said 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then depending on how long your footage is, it's like for 5 minutes, it's like $50 or something, and then it goes up in increments. And I think it tops out at $500 depending on how many minutes or hours that you have. But
Yeah.
yeah, they have to approve the footage.
Yeah.
It's like this is not an amusement park.
No, and that's why I don't really go to a lot of these big places anymore because exactly, it's treated like I know a lot of people get mad at me for this, but like I really don't care cuz I'm not going to go to them anyways cuz I go to authentic places. Like when I went to Rhode Island, like where I'm from, there was this old fort, and it was old military World War II, whatever it was. And we
Mhm.
go in there, like the feeling of just the energy and the paranormal and whatever, it was just so like alive. It felt alive, and
Yeah.
that's the experiences I want to have. I want it to hit me in the chest, like where that it's authentic. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and I love doing history on these places. Like, I'm not an investigator, so I don't like, I will investigate, like, my own house and stuff like that, and I will if I'm invited, I will go on investigations with people, and I know I've had some investigators be like, "You need to come with me, you need to come with me," and I will happily. I'm not gonna travel up, not going to kill my bank account traveling, but if it's near me, I'm happy to go. But I love the history of it. That's what I want to learn. Why is it haunted? What made it haunted? And then I'll tell you the stories and, some of the craziness that is around and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't like it. I just did a TikTok on the Eastern State or in Eastern Pennsylvania Penitentiary or something like I can't remember the
Yeah.
exact name, but they're closing down their investigations because people are ruining the prison. Like, this is history, people. Like, I know it's somewhat dark history, but it's still history. What are you doing in there?
Yeah. And it's really sad because a lot of them are like trying to like yell at these spirits and try to get them to do things and try to think, oh, it's a demon and this, then that comes up. And it's like, you can't treat a spirit like that because they don't want to be treated like that. You're going
Right.
to piss them off. When you piss them off, you're kind of like starting a fire
That you can't put out.
that you can't put out. And you never know, that fire might follow you wherever you go.
Yeah, you're dealing with something that could literally follow you everywhere. And if you're like, oh, I set boundaries. Okay, I set boundaries too, and mine wouldn't leave. Like, he would stand over my bed and look at me like a crotchety old man. I'm like, get out of my room. And and every once in a while he'll listen, but like, their energy, their spirits.
Yeah.
Like, set your boundaries, yeah, but piss something off big enough, like, they will make you miserable.
Yeah. What being as a podcaster and you inviting people on your show, like what was your most amazing story? Because I'm sure you get people that tell you stories all the time.
Oh yeah, I love my stories.
What's your most intense, like amazing story that you've heard from a guest?
Oh no. Okay. Let me think. Oh, I've been doing it for a few years, so
No,
let me think about it.
no stress.
So I don't know if this is like the biggest one, but I have a listener and a friend. His name's Anthony, and he has this weird connection with Lizzie Borden. And it is he and while I talk, I'll probably think of another one, but like when he talks about Lizzie Borden or when he goes and visits, then he'll see it everywhere. And I get that that's like a high profile case and stuff like that, but like he'll see it on t-shirts out in the wild, or like he saw his there's JD flying squirrels. Well, hello JD. Sorry, that's one of my buddies right there. He, he would see Lizzie Borden's name on the wall, like in a plaque, like just like little things. And then he'll be walking through a cemetery, and then all of a sudden he'll see the last name Borden, or he'll have like a spirit talker box or spirit box or some kind of spirit communication device, and he'll get Lizzie or Elizabeth. And then we were talking, and he had found this haunted doll at a thrift shop. And he, at the time, he didn't realize it was haunted, but once he got it home and started to investigate it a little bit, he realized that her name was Emma. And we were on my call with each other, and he's like, I said, let me see your haunted doll. Let me just check her out. And he goes, this is Emma. And I went, Lizzie Borden's sister's name is Emma. And it was just this like, well, it is Emma. And it was just one of those moments, like everywhere he went. And I think what it was is when he first encountered the house, he does not feel like she did it. Neither do I. I think she knew about it, but I don't think she did it. And when he was standing in the house, he told his wife, like, I don't think she did it. And I think it was that moment. It was like, there's somebody that believes me. No, I think she knew about it. I think it's the uncle that did it. But it was so weird just listening to his stories and all the little things that kind of lined up. And then I have another story. Oh, never mind. It left me.
No.
This is what happens when you get 40. Shoo!
That's what I am. I'll be somewhere like thinking about something in the middle of a store, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready for it. I'm going to grab it, whatever it was. As soon as I get there, I totally go brain dead. I'm like, what the hell was I just looking for?
Oh, I'll tell you one crazy story that I heard. This was, I call her my friend. She's more than a friend, but people will know who she is if I say my relationship to her. So, just a friend. She is gifted, but she does not accept her gifts. She doesn't talk about them. And her husband's also gifted. And he is one of those, he's like, if you acknowledge it, then it gets worse. And I'm like, but anyway, he was sleeping in their house and she was sleeping next to him. And he woke up because he felt like somebody was there. And he looks over and he sees her standing in the corner. And she takes her hands and she's like, got it. And he's looking at her and he looks over in the bed and his wife is laying in the bed next to him. But his wife is also standing in the corner getting something in her hands. Well, what he didn't know was a few years before that, before they got married and moved in together, her son, she was putting her son to bed and she thought he was asleep. And so she was like, that feeling when you finally have your kid down and you're like, oh, thank God. And you're trying to like get your arm out like this.
Yeah.
Well, the son woke up and is like, Mom, who was that other mother? So he had also seen her, but across the room.
Wow.
Yeah, that every time I think about that, it's just like, oh, who is that? So I'm not sure if she's astral projecting or if it's a mimic, but she's had her husband and her son see her in like while she's like right there. It's so creepy.
That's crazy. That's very wild. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Like just the thought of it because I know them so well and I know that they wouldn't make that up.
Man. You never know. That is definitely for sure. But let me ask you this. Would you like to play a game?
Oh God, I don't like surprises. What kind of game? Maybe I should ask questions. Why?
We're going to put some music on here for it too. We're going to have a little fun here. All right, let's see. We're going to play a game called Would You Rather.
Oh boy. Okay.
Be a paranormal version. So, all right. Would you rather spend the night in a haunted asylum or a haunted cemetery? And
Cemetery. Why? Cemetery, because asylum, those people are crazy.
Yep, that's true.
They're in there for a reason. Well, no, some of them were in there because they were disobedient in their marriage. I would have been in there. Whoops. I talked back. I would have been lobotomized.
You're like, I know a secret that you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Would you rather be able to see ghosts or hear them whisper to you?
I hear them whisper to me already. So I think I would rather see them.
Yeah.
The whisper's creepy. Like, can you talk in a normal voice, please?
Why is that? Why is a whisper so creepy? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like they're hiding something. Like, stop whispering. You're breathing in my ear. Come on. Just talk to me.
It's weird. Would you rather have a friendly ghost as a roommate or a mischievous poltergeist as a neighbor?
Oh, I'd rather have a friendly roommate.
Friendly
ghost roommate. Absolutely. They're, I'm sure they're not very messy.
I know those poltergeists next door. I heard they're very good at it. They're very good being messy.
They throw stuff.
Yeah, you don't want that. Oh, we got some UFO ones here and aliens.
Okay.
Would you? Oh, this is abduction one. Would you rather be abducted by aliens for 24 hours or chased by a UFO across the sky?
Am I also in the UFO? Like, am I in my own UFO and they're chasing me, or am I running? Because I don't run.
Running.
Okay, no, I don't run. Just abduct me for 24 hours. Bring me back. I get a break. Give me a cot. Nobody's gonna ask me anything. I don't have to cook dinner. Let's go.
I always said I wanted to be abducted because here's why. I don't have to pay bills.
That's right.
I wouldn't have to cook anymore.
That's right.
I could just chill and relax, and maybe they'll have a TV there.
Mm-hmm.
And I could just relax.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No stress.
Sounds wonderful. When we going?
Like, I want to go now.
No, I'm not the one that shot at you.
Well,
Okay.
they say December 17th, so that's a day before my birthday. So if they take me like the day before my birthday, I'd be happy.
Okay. So if you disappear and we don't see you anymore, we're like, all right, you got abducted.
Oh man, that's too funny. Would you rather meet a peaceful alien race or discover proof of an alien invasion plan?
Peaceful. All about peace and love, honey.
Would you rather track Bigfoot in the forest or chase the Loch Ness monster in the water?
I would rather Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for all my Bigfoot guys out there. I got a whole network of Bigfoot guys.
Yep, I love Bigfoot. He's
They do
awesome. I got
So sweet.
Bigfoot stuff all over the place. Let's see. Would you rather see proof of a werewolf or a vampire?
Oh no. I don't know. I was Team Edward. So I mean, is he getting his food source from somewhere else other than myself?
I don't know.
Oh no. I don't know. I'm gonna go with, my younger Team Edward. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
All right, we'll do one more and then would you rather be able to time travel to any paranormal event in history or see the future in visions?
Well, sometimes I get premonitions, so let's do the time travel.
I would love to time travel because one of my favorite movies was Back to the Future.
Mine too.
And I always watched it back to back, like 1 to 3, like all
Yes. I think that's how you're supposed to watch it. And if you're not going to, then don't watch it at all.
and I still watch them today. I love Back to the Future movies. It's great. And if they like remake them, I'm gonna be sad because like you can't mess with the originals.
No, leave them alone. Nope, leave them alone. I love those two. Those are good.
Well, it's that kind of time of night where it's almost time to leave.
Okay.
So Ashley, before
Yes.
we go, what are 5 places you would love to visit? Like
Oh.
anywhere in the world to do a paranormal investigation.
Okay. Stanley Hotel. There's one up in, is it Maine? Hold on. I have a list. I didn't know I was going to need it today, but let me pull up my list.
See, I put you on the spot.
You did. Okay. So Stanley Hotel,
All right.
Missouri State Penitentiary. I really want to go there. The Garnett House, the Omni Mount Washington Hotel,
All right.
and I would say New Orleans. New Orleans kind of scares me a little bit because you getting into some voodoo territory down there. But I would love maybe not do the paranormal investigation, but maybe just watch it. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like watch somebody else do it.
What about
I lived in New Orleans, so I want to go back down there and just experience it as an adult.
what about Vladimir the Impaler's castle?
Is that in Europe?
That yeah, I'm trying to remember where that is in Europe, but somewhere in Europe.
I've heard of it, but I have not looked into it. But sure, let's add that.
That's where the whole vampire thing started. Dracula.
Okay. I think I've seen somebody investigate it on YouTube.
Yeah, you could actually stay overnight there now. They're actually allowing people to stay the night, which I would love to do that. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know if I would. I've stayed at the Crescent. I have stayed at haunted places. I love doing that. So, but
Yeah.
there's some places I'm like, I would just like to visit.
I don't blame you. Well, Ashley, hey, tell us a little bit where people could find you and your shows, because I would love to be able to shout that out to people that are listening to the show tonight, and especially it will be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all Dark Realm TV. So where people, when they listen to this show, where can they find you to listen to your show?
Well, you can find me on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart. You can find me on Castbox, I believe it is. I'm all over all of the podcast platforms. I'm on YouTube. I just started doing video podcasting. So I am going to have full episodes on YouTube of my interviews, as well as the podcast that I do with my husband. I apologize in advance. He's a mumbler, but I love him so much. And you can find my show. It's called Ghost Gossip. And I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I'm now on Facebook. I just started a Facebook account a few weeks ago. And yeah, I'm all over the place.
Well, we're going to have to definitely do this again because this was a fun night.
It was absolutely so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, definitely. Everybody who's listening on Animal Expedition Files, please go check out Ashley at Ghost Gossip. Anywhere you can find it, please go check it out. And plus, you'll see her on YouTube and Spotify and Apple. But I hope everybody has a good night and has safe travels. And, hug a squatch if you see one out there. So, and don't eat too much Taco Bell like I do.
You got that right. Don't eat. Yeah, don't do that.
But Ashley, I will see you in the once we go off the air. I usually talk to people once we go off the show. But
okay.
I hope everybody has a good night, and I will see you Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And
they'll see you later is what I say. They'll see you later.
See you later.
Lights on.